Right, guys, welcome back to the show. It was a few months ago, I think it was, if not just over a month probably. I can't really remember off the top of my head. I mentioned how the charts are broken, all analytics are broken, everything is broken, right? And I had a big reason behind that, because based on the technicals, all the analysis that we could do, the market was doing the opposite, right? So if it's broken, it's broken. We just have to put our hands up and say, look, it's broken, there's nothing there. So of course, I'm looking for confluence, I'm looking for evidence that the market wants to be bullish, and I didn't see any of that. And then, a few weeks ago, I released a video talking about how there was a massive coincidence, how SBF comes out on bail, $250 million bail. God knows who put the money down, obviously. So obviously he comes out on bail, and then the market starts to pump, and the pump is led by institutions, and you got to just wonder, who are the institutions? On top of that, we have other commotion, other news, other FUD, potential FUD, that is going to hit us very hard, and I think it's going to be literally the shit hits the fan, because we have a lot of the digital currency group news, Gemini and XYZ. It's coming, right? So we've got some crazy news coming. I mean, GBTC, if it fails, if they have to sell or liquidate all their holding, we have a serious issue. So I've been very persistent, and I've mentioned to everyone, I said, guys, it's okay what the market is doing. We should have already, most of the people, if they understand what I say, if they follow what's happening, of course, I'm not giving you financial advice, on the Discord and whatever conversations we've had, I've talked about how, and I've always said, look, I'm only doing what I do. I'm not going to advise anybody. I don't do this. This is not financial advice. But I've been clear about what I'm doing. And I said to everyone, I said, guys, the month of December will be the last month I buy any BTC. So that's going to be the last time I will buy even a single Satoshi, right? And I did that, right? So the month of January is here. Haven't bought anything, haven't touched anything, that's it, nothing. I'm just hodling. And only BTC, right? So I haven't touched the altcoins. Of course, altcoins are pumping. A lot of people are getting all emotional. They're trying to jump into these pumps. And I'm just saying, guys, just be careful. Yes, you're in the pump, fine. If you've made 10%, 20% or whatever, take your initial out, because believe me, these pumps are not going to last that long. And I'm not getting excited because just a little while ago, I posted something on Discord regarding the weekly candle, how it's kind of bearish right now. And I want to talk about that, right? Why is it bearish, and what do I see in this bearishness? Is there anything good, or is there anything bad? Well, I can give you the good news right now. There's nothing wrong with this candle. Absolutely fine. This candle doesn't mean we're going to go super bearish, we're going to go to 10K. It doesn't mean any of that, right? It's just saying that, look, market was overbought, market's about to do a little correction, and, we're going to find a baseline. That's all it is, right? In simple terms. But obviously, when you look at the news, when you look at other macro factors, and when you look at what is happening globally, everywhere, right? And I'm talking about everything. Then you start to wonder what all of this could be. So we know that there were so many shorts in the market, right? And Willy Woo and what's his name, Plan B, kind of became super bullish because of that. So they posted something on Twitter. Both of them posted the same thing, or replied to the same thing, or something like that. I saw notifications. I didn't bother going in. I haven't been on Twitter for a long time. But that came out, and they're just super bullish, right? And of course, what they're pointing out is not wrong. They're pointing out the fact that when a market tends to move in a particular direction, right, when something happens, the opposite is true, right? So when everybody's actually being bearish, the market should be bullish, and 100% it should be bullish, right? And then if they're being super bullish, of course we expect it to be bearish. But that doesn't give us a bull market or a bear market, right? Let's just be honest about it, right? Okay, market's pumping, boom, we're going back towards that 69K. Is that it? Should we start selling because we're going back up towards 69K? No, that's the thing. So opposite is true, but it's not relevant at this time of the market, right? Because we're right now, anything below 20K or around 20K, it's a bargain. Full stop. It's a bargain. BTC around 20k is a bargain. That's all I'm going to say, right? Because I'm looking at the long-term thing. You know, if we start pumping now, head towards 69k, guess what? We just came back to the previous level. We're going to smash through that level. We're going to go even further. Then when we hit the peak, that's when I would be worried. But right now, absolutely not. Because what's our average? Average is like 20k. So we're right. We're at the average prices, right? Someone just posted, I'm not joking, look, someone just posted, I don't know if you can see this, they posted, switch to green, -70 all Bitcoin is in profit. So yeah, plan B again, pumping this thing. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, that's what's happening. Plan B. I'm just gonna switch it off, right? So yeah, they're bullish, and I understand why they're bullish, but it's wrong to be bullish right now. They should have been bullish around the fact when we hit below 20k, right, or 19,800 and something, the previous bull cycle high basically. And I've mentioned this, like, you know, months ago, maybe even over a year ago, not maybe, definitely a year ago. I mentioned this as well. So guys, if we come to the $19,800, which is a previous bull market high, and if we break through this, the potential is we could go to 17k, we could go to 16k, and we hit those. By the way, we hit every single target, right? And I said the perfect buying zone would be below the 19.8, and that's where we bought, right? So anything below that, 15k, whatever, anything you could buy at any one of those prices was a good buy, full stop. You average down on those prices. So we did that. That's when we were bullish. We were bullish when the blood was in the market, right? Not bullish when the fear and greed index is going higher now. So it's all positive now. Everybody's all, you know, hyping in this. No, we were buying at the time when it was at the fear and greed index was at the lowest it's ever been, right? We've been buying on macro numbers, not daily candles. We were buying on weekly candles and weekly stochastic RSI and weekly RSI. That's what we were buying on. And then we stopped. Right, so we bought and then we stopped, right? I'm not sure how many of you did that, but hopefully you did, right? And good luck to you if if you did. If you haven't, don't worry, you haven't missed anything, right? And that leads me into the next part, right? Why haven't you missed anything? Well, what goes up must come down, right? When a market starts pumping, especially on a daily, right, and it starts to show parabola signs, right? It's like, okay, this is it, pumping, 20%, 30% pumping per day. It's very, very unhealthy. It's actually very, very dangerous for investors, because what goes up will come down, right? And it could come down very fast. That means we're going to get a lot of bag holders who are jumping in at later stages. So if you haven't already planned to buy at a specific rate and move up with the market, right, at a later date, and you're jumping in because it's pumped 10% already, well, guess what? You already missed the 10% pump. Now the market could dump 10% and everybody else makes 10% while you lose 10%. So understand that. There's you know, these are fundamental, you know, statistics that you got to take into account when you're trading, right? Do I jump in after the pump has already happened? No, you wait, right? So you got to wait for the correction. And so when the pump started, of course, I'm not happy with when the pump started and how it's been pumping, how the entire market started to become bullish. And I tried to explain to someone the other day as well. He was like, how come BTC is leading the market, but everything else is also pumping? I'm like, well, no, actually, a lot of these are valued in BTC or valued in Ethereum. So what happens is when the market pumps and Ethereum starts to go up, or BTC starts to go up, because they're valued in Satoshis in the actual currency, their valuation also shows up differently. But actually they haven't done anything. They haven't moved a penny. They just show more. So for example, if it's set up as, say for example, 1,000 XYZ coin for 1 Ethereum, then still it's 1,000 for XYZ, right? For 1,000 XYZ for 1 Ethereum. Now, if Ethereum doubles in price, well, XYZ coin also shows up as double in value. That's all it is, nothing else, right? So sometimes that's what also impacts the market. So you got to really understand what's going on. But as I said, this whole thing was led by institutions, and they've seen a lot of short squeeze. They've seen a lot of shorts, so they thought we'll squeeze the life out of them. And the opposite is true. Currently, everybody's flipping bullish, and everybody's opening leverage trades. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of leverage trade. In fact, one of my last trade, I talked about it on YouTube as well. I actually lost a lot of money. I did a leverage trade. It's a bit stupid because I'm always bullish. I'm super bullish, but I decided to do it and I got wrecked, right? I wouldn't say taught me a lesson, because I'm still going to do more, but I'm not going to do it now. I'm just holding back right now, and I have recovered my funds anyway, so that's not an issue. But the point is right now, I believe it's not the time to leverage, because the institutions, right, who are trying to wash their cash, or whatever you want to call it, right, right now they just want to make as much money as possible, and whatever's easy, right? So whether it be stocks, whether it be crypto, whether it be gold, it doesn't matter, right? They just want to make more money as possible, because right now the forecast is that we're going to go into a recession. So into a recession means we need as much money as possible. That's what it is, right? So that's what's going to happen. Let's see what happens. As I said, I'm still holding back. I want to jump into alts. I really want to jump into a few alts, but I'm being cautious. I'm like, okay, I just want this market to give me the baseline, right? And we talked about this earlier on in the video when we started, right? If you're still watching up to here, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, right? So only if you haven't already. But the point is we need a correction. We need a baseline. We need to know, okay, we did the pump, great. Can we confirm this pump was an upward moving momentum, right? Is it a forward moving momentum? Let's call it that, right? Is it? If it is, then we want to see a candle coming down and stopping somewhere, right? Ideally on the upper range of the previous candle. That then gives us a baseline and says, well, this is where we want to stop, and now we can start pushing forward, right? Which is brilliant. So people might see this as a bad thing, but no, I see this as a good thing. I say, well, hold on, guys. We pump. Everything was bullish. Everything was overbought. And then we dumped a little bit, 5%, 10%, 1%, doesn't matter. We dumped a little bit. And we gave ourselves a baseline, and we reset everything. We reset our RSI. We reset our stochastic RSI. And now we're ready to shoot again. Super bullish. That's how you become bullish, right? Of course, the candle that we currently have on a weekly, by the way, I'm talking about, if the next candle now opens up all of a sudden and starts being bearish, then we know that being cautious was good, because all of this now means that the baseline hasn't been met. We need to go down even further. So that's what we're talking about. Can the previous candle be invalidated by the current candle? And if the current candle cannot invalidate the previous candle, then we're super solid. However, if the next candle invalidates or validates, in this case, because it's a red candle, so if the next candle is also a red candle, then it validates the negative momentum, right? That's how it is. Very, very simple, right? Hope so. Of course, a lot of people don't understand these stuff, but that's what it is. It's just very simple. It's like, okay, did we validate or invalidate? What are we doing? What, where does the market want to go? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? What is it? But we can't say until we confirm with the next candle, right? Whether it be on a daily, whether it be on a weekly, it doesn't matter. Sorry guys, I know the angle is kind of bad, but it is what it is, right? So just bear with me. I'm driving. It's foggy out there. It's cold. I can see it's almost night as well, and you can see my rear view is really dirty. The car hasn't been washed. Well, I'm not washing it because we've had negative temperatures around here. So that's what I want to leave you anyway, right? I want to leave you here with this, just to kind of think, like, with the thoughts that, yes, everything looks positive in the sense that we've been pumping. We've pumped like 30% from where we were, or 35% from where we were. But none of that matters if we're going to have a long squeeze, right? If they're trying to fish us, a bull trap, right? Then we got a problem. So first we had, the institutions come in, they had enough money, they done a short squeeze, full stop. They squeezed the life out of all the shorts, and they had no other option but to buy more in order to keep their orders open if they had large orders. And if they're small ones, they got wiped out anyway. And I think a few days ago, 700 and something million or $1 billion of million, I believe it was, of shorts was wrecked, right? So that's a lot of money being lost. I mean, believe me, if that happened in the stock market, they would shut it down permanently. But that's what happened anyway. Right now, longs are in danger because, again, longs have overbought and over leveraged. That means longs are have caused danger for themselves, and you know, they might be hunting that, and if they do, then we, you know, this is easily a bull trap. If it is, oh my days. So whatever the case, I'm keeping my options open. As I said, I'm not buying anything, right? That's how I keep my options open. I'd rather have my funds ready to deploy when I see an opportunity. Right now, I missed the opportunity because it pumped 30%, right? When we wasn't expecting it. So that's an opportunity missed. I'm not going to jump in halfway. You know, the boat's left the dock. I'm not going to try and jump on that boat because that boat's left, full stop. I'd rather wait for the next boat to come. So what goes up must come down, and that's what I'm waiting for. So other than that, guys, I hope this video was informative. I just wanted to get this out of the way. It's like, look, a lot of people that were, you know, being bearish or being bullish or whatever technicals they were doing, at that time I mentioned very well, a couple of months ago I believe it was, or you know, close to that, I said, guys, look, the charts are broken, right? The charts are broken because, you know, end of the day, the technicals are not working right now. We are definitely under control by the whales, right? The whales are controlling the narrative, right? The charts and the technicals can only come back once that the control from them has been taken away. So what I'm talking about is, if we can take the control off the whales, if the market enters a parabola or actual bull cycle, and people like the shrapnels, the shrimps, whatever you want to call them, right, the small fish, right, if everyone starts buying, then we have some significant differences. Right now, what I've seen is, for example, there's about 65% of BTC, entire BTC supply, by the way, hasn't even moved. That's a world record, right? We just created a new record. For 1 year, it hasn't even moved, right? So there hasn't been any additional coins being bought. And you got to look at that and say, okay, what's going on? There's been a lot of entry into exchanges and XYZ, but that doesn't, again, it doesn't make any difference, or it doesn't change the whole structure of Bitcoin or the price itself, right? So yes, there has been very small amounts of funds coming into the market in order to pump it. Leverage obviously counts for some of that as well. That's where we're seeing the volume, but I'm still holding back, because I need a correction. I don't care if it's at 30k, I need a correction. I need a candle to tell me that that's the baseline, because just going up, there is no baseline, guys. We need to create a actual resistance zone or a support zone in order for us to continue with the market. So, because remember, every candle has to have an up top and a bottom. We need a support, we need a resistance on every single candle. And for me on the weekly, I need to know where those are. You know, yes, last week we broke through the previous lower high that we had. We broke through that, and that's where we invalidated that candle. We're doing okay, but this week we're lower. So I need to know where this candle wants to stop, because wherever it stops is very, very important. Other than that, guys, it's gonna get noisy. I'm getting on the motorway right now. So like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.